So today I am going to be recording a bit of a different video, and that is actually going to be a Q&A. So if you've been looking at my community posts recently anytime, you would have seen that in my most recent post, I asked people to give some questions for a Q&A. And in that we got quite a few responses, so I'm going to be reading out some of the best responses today, just to you guys and answering those questions. I'm also sorry if you missed a post, there may be another one in the future which you can participate in, so make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to get alerted when that comes out. But anyway, let's just start answering our questions. So our first question is from Megan the Maddening, and it is, would you like to live in any foreign countries in the future? Now, I would probably say yes to this, because at the minute, the UK is not in a very good state in like anything economically, politically, it's just not great. So most likely in the future, I will move out of the UK, but it's not like 100% like guaranteed yet. But I honestly don't know. If I was to move somewhere, I'd probably love to move to somewhere like Norway or like Sweden or maybe any Scandinavian country, to be honest. Also, Canada would probably be quite a good option because it does speak English as well. So yeah, those are only a few options and probably the only options I would take. Bit of a fun fact about me actually, I'm not a huge fan of like really hot weather, to be honest. So I'm more of a fan of like the colder sort of weather. I'm not like a big hot weather type of guy. That's why I'd probably rather move to them than any hot countries that would speak English. So that's our first question, and let's move on to the next one. Next up is from Sasa QWERTY, and it is favourite dinosaur. Now if you'd asked me this question like 2 or 3 years ago, I probably would have been like able to name every single dinosaur that ever existed, because I was a huge like Jurassic Park fan for some reason like a few years ago. Nowadays I don't like think about dinosaurs so much, but for some reason my favourite dinosaur has always been the Spinosaurus. I just think it looks super cool, and honestly, it's just like cool. I don't know, it's just cool. I genuinely, it's just like a better version of the T-Rex. It's just like I like how it's just like oh man, I just like that. It's good. So yeah, that is definitely my favorite dinosaur. Spinosaurus on top, like better than any other dinosaur. The next question is from Definitely Not Lying to Spy, and it is, will you ever make an alternative future of the World Series? Now, I did consider making one in the past, but I genuinely don't know if I will, to be honest. It could definitely be a good idea for like maybe when Wixo ends, or I'd probably do something else. But I'm not really too great on like the general like big political like thing about many other countries in the world, or like how strong they are, how like big they are, how like, but I'm not like hugely informed about like the political standards of the world, who likes who doesn't like who's like really strong in military. I'm not very good at knowing stuff like that, and that's why I probably wouldn't be so good for an alternate future series. So I'll probably just like stick to Wixo, where I can kind of make up my own lore, my own like rankings and like political stuff. So yeah, at least that I'm gonna stick to Wixo for now. So the answer to that question is probably no, although maybe if I like improve my understanding of like the world of like nowadays. Next is actually two questions from Chilean Empire Mapping. First is, what is your biggest regret? Now my biggest regret in terms of Wixo is probably in season 1 not making the first like couple of episodes a bit longer, or like just I feel like season 1 at the start is kind of rushed, and I'm not a huge fan of how that like whole starting point like turned out. So that's probably one of my biggest regrets. And then his next question is, what is your favourite Jump Dash level? Now, I'm actually a huge Jump Dash fan in real life, and I'd have to say that my favourite level from the game is probably Acropolis. I just think the decoration is like really good for its time. Also, it's just a very unique level. The fact that it's just slow the whole time and it never speeds up, unlike many other levels. And genuinely, I think that's probably one of the, or definitely my favourite level in the game, and I think it's probably one of the best levels in the game. So anyway, moving on to the next question from RealBlock HD. That is, when will you visit me and Simon Spuds? Now, Simon Spuds is actually a joke that other people made up about this guy who lives in South Africa. He does actually exist. You can like find him on Facebook. He has a Facebook page. And the answer to that question is, at 1 million subscribers, I will visit Simon Spuds personally and see whether like what the shop is and where it is. We also have Zemo asking a similar question: how many subs do we need to get for you to visit Simon Spuds in real life? That is also the same question: 1 million subscribers. The next is Pluto Samias Pro. I don't know if that's exactly how you pronounce the name. And it says favourite planet. Now it's got to be Earth, right? Because it's the planet that we all live on. That's like obviously like my favourite. But if we're not saying like Earth, then I'd probably say Neptune, because it's just like I just like the colour. It's nice and deep blue. I'm a huge fan of like dark blue colours. So all that exact that shade of Neptune, I guess. So yeah, Neptune. If we're counting Earth, then Earth's my favourite. But if we're not counting Earth, then Neptune's probably my favourite. So the next question is from Stacker77, and it is, if Wixo dies out, will you make GD videos? And the answer is maybe. I don't know, because I don't know if it'd be a great switch, because Wixo and GD are so like completely different, than all that it just probably wouldn't work, and I'd probably lose a big chunk of my audience. So I'm most likely going to stick to like geography or like, political, historical sort of content on this channel. And then I might make, or I do have a new channel actually, it's called Laser 2s, I'll link in the description. It is always actually linked in the description. But yeah, that is definitely my second channel. I probably will release GD videos and just gaming videos in general on there. I have a few already like in plan actually. So the answer is kind of yes, but not on this channel. Anyway, now moving on to Borneus mapping, and that is who do you think will be the next generation of Wix YouTubers after people leave because of drama, episode 100 in school? Now, I generally don't think that too many people are going to leave after episode 100. Some people may leave due to drama, and school is also another one that people could leave to. But in my opinion, I have a few picks on who could be the next few big Wix YouTubers. One of them is Cavill Old Empire. He is a very big viewer Wix YouTuber in that, and he definitely makes some pretty good content and very like good and detailed stuff. Good animations, good Wix. So I would definitely say he's one of the like next big YouTubers, I'd say. Also, we have Red Team Wixo. He is also around the same sort of level, I'd say, as Cavill Old Empire. They're both under 500 subscribers. But Red Team Wixo also does make super good edits. And I could definitely see Red Team Wixo becoming a bigger Wixo YouTuber in the future. And finally is Chilean. Chilean's been around for quite a long time. But I feel like he's near to reaching a new peak. And yeah, everyone should go subscribe to Chilean, Red Team Wixo and Cavill. Because they're all super good people, super nice people who make incredible content. So yeah. And finally, our last question is from Fridge Mapping. And that is, what is your home address? Now, personally, my home address is
308 Negra Arroyo Lane, Albuquerque, New Mexico, 87104.
But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. It is a bit of a shorter one, and I know some of you might have wanted a Wixo video today, but don't worry, there will be another one on Wednesday. I could definitely do more videos like this. If you guys enjoyed this one, I could make a few more of different things maybe, but we could also do another Q&A if anyone missed out. But anyway, once again, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hype the video because it does help out a lot, and it is all free. But anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.